Greetings, Marvel Strike Force community. I am Cerebro, and I welcome you to your Community Update Show. We've got a number of character updates coming your way very soon, some of these hot off the press, so let's get right into the interview. Please welcome back to the show one of my favorite guests, Mr. Matt Sheets. How are you doing, good sir?
Hey, Cerebro. I'm doing pretty well. I'm always glad to be back.
Well, I want to thank you for making time on such short notice because we've got some updates coming for the new Avengers team that we just recently announced, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited. We've been listening to a lot of the player feedback for the team, looking at Discord and Reddit and Facebook. And so one thing we always see when we release a War Defense team is people want the player agency to be able to play it where they in offense or defense. And so we looked at this team and decided to update it and make it so it's generic war. So players can choose if they want to put this very powerful team on defense or if they want to keep it for offense.
Well, that's really cool to hear. I know that's a lot of work for the team, but I know that players really appreciate that. Speaking of which, we actually announced the 5th member and final member for the team last week. Could you fill us in for those that maybe aren't aware yet?
Sure thing. Last Friday, we announced Tigra, the werewoman, as the 5th member of the new Avengers team. And so the full team is going to be Thing, Coulson, Mockingbird, Ronin, and now Tigra. And you'll be able to check our full kit that's up now on MarvelStrikeForce.com.
As we have not had the chance yet to talk about the new Avengers team here on Strike Time, could you please give us a rundown of the characters with some highlights and how they synergize with each other?
I'd be happy to. Let's start with Ronin, as he's going to be the first character for the team. Our version of Ronin is Clint Barton from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ronin's ultimate is very powerful. It hits a total of 5 times and applies blind and bleed. And in a war, it's going to apply trauma. But the kit that really synergizes with the team is his passive. He gains bonus speed. And new Avenger allies also gain bonus speed in war. Speed's one of our most powerful stats, and so this makes this team a very, very fast team. Next is Mockingbird. She's the support for the team, and so her special and her ultimate give healing to the team and some other and a little bit to other allies. But she also has the shield trait, and her abilities can summon the shield medic or a shield assault trooper. And then moving on to Tigra. Tigra is a very fun and powerful protector. She's something that we haven't really done in Strike Force yet, which is what's called like a dodge tank when you're looking at other type of games. Not only does she gain taunt, but she also gains a lot of evades. And so players it's going to be a little bit challenging when you're fighting her because you have to eat through all those evades to be able to actually try to cause damage. Thing and Coulson both received some notable reworks. For Thing, he gained on his passive whenever someone attacks this character, a new Avenger, or a Fantastic Four ally. If he does not have ability block, he'll attack them back. So he's starting to do a lot of damage. In war, this will also clear charge if the enemy is a Battle Protector. Thing is going to start bringing the pain now. And then Coulson, a lot of his rework. And then for the reworks of Coulson, I'm excited, especially with him becoming a generic war character. He's always had his power tied to war defense. So this update for Coulson is going to allow players to finally see his full kit when they're playing against him. He still does what he does best back when he was released, where he helps you focus fire. He plays taunt on someone, and then all of your allies are attack them. And so I'm really excited for people to actually play with Coulson and then play with the full new Avenger team. And then finally, for Thing and Coulson, they did have their base stats buffed up to our more modern values. So they're going to be much more powerful and really cement themselves on this team.
So obviously they're going to be a very formidable war team, but not all of our players are at the highest level of play. In fact, some players may have just unlocked war fairly recently. Could you let them know what some of the most popular teams currently are in war and how the new Avengers will fit into that meta?
Yeah, so looking at our data, Weapon X is still a very powerful team. We have War Dogs, which is a very powerful Wakanda team. Nowhere that just came out, and then you also have Gamma. And so this team is very, very powerful. They shut down almost every other team in war. Our Apex war team, Nowhere, can still beat this team. So Nowhere's still holding up its mantle of Apex War. And then Super Skrull and a couple other, and then we've seen some Super Skrull and some hybrid Apocalypse team being able to this team.
And of course, when you're talking about all of those like teams being matched, we're talking about them being fairly even in terms of power level, right? We're not talking about like punch ups or punch downs here, right?
Right. We're talking about when you are fighting the same investment of gear tier and yellow stars and red stars.
Got it. Now I always have to throw out there at the beginning that ISO weight is subjective. Use whatever you want. But Mr. Sheets, do you have some personal recommendations for ISO weight for each character?
Yeah. In testing, when we were playtesting the team, we definitely felt for like Ronin. Striker was very, very powerful with him. Our second choice with him was Raider. For Mockingbird, for healing, we put Healer on her, but also you can put Striker on her if you need a little bit more damage. Tigra, applying those bleeds can be vital. So Skirmisher and then that helps her put a bunch of vulnerables out. For Thing, because his ultimate still hits very heavy. Raider was one of our favorite, getting that extra crit chance. And then for Coulson, Skirmisher was our preferred ISO for him.
So switching tracks a little bit here, I actually heard that we're possibly working on a rework for Black Order, and I'm not just like playing coy here. Like I heard this recently, and I don't really know too many of the details. What's going on with Black Order?
So yeah, when we updated War, when Nowhere came out, one of the temporary rules was a really big boost explicitly to Black Order. And so we had a lot of our players invest heavily in that team. And so those buffs are temporary, and they eventually ended. And so we didn't want players regretting the decision to invest as heavily as they did in Black Order. Black Order is also one of the more popular teams. Everyone loves Thanos. Seeing that snap go off feels great. And so we decided to go ahead and do a rework for Black Order. So the update for them is going to make them a pretty powerful war team. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is the theory crafting element. We're going to allow you to empower Thanos without needing all of the Black Order allies. You can just bring one of them and Thanos will empower. And then also diving a bit in their kits and giving some stat boosts for them. So I'm really excited. We should have some more information in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, so I know you said details are forthcoming, but I got to ask about that one empowerment thing there. So Thanos won't get all of the stones if he has just one Black Order ally, but he will still become empowered anyway. He just won't get the benefits of all the stones.
Yeah, so each Black Order ally gives Thanos specific stones or multiple stones in case of any mob. As long as he has one or more stones on his turn, he will empower. But there's going to be a lot of theory crafting for our players to be able to pick and choose now, like who they want to bring in, if they want to sub in other characters. So I'm really excited for this change.
All right, Matt. Well, I'm excited. We've got a number of amazing things coming. When can we get all of this in the players' hands?
Yeah, so it's coming very soon. It's going to be part of our 7.4 release. It'll be available post-release, but we're still aiming early in the release. So hopefully into September or early October.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, doing all these reworks for all these teams and everything for our players. Again, I know they appreciate it. So thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. As always, I'm excited to see what the players do with these various teams. And yeah, always a pleasure to come in.
What's up, Commanders? Community Manager Archangel here, bringing you this episode's Community Spotlight. In our last episode, we talked about our new segment, Epic Replays. Well, let's have our first segment of Epic Replays. First up, we have Dogbird, who shows us how to defeat a big apocalypse with a baby apocalypse in the arena. Next up, we have Feedzeke, who gear tier 18 his Selvi, and also going to be very helpful in Dark Dimension 6. Up next, we want to give a big congratulations to Ian Thornley. He's one of the mods on the official Discord, and he gear tier 18 his big boy Apocalypse. Congratulations, bro. Just want to give a quick reminder, Commanders, in the Epic Replay channel, please put your videos in there. Any screenshots you want to put up, put those in the brag section. Speaking of the brag section, first up we have Fear, who geared tier 18 his Scarlet Spider. I don't know about y'all, but in the last Spider-Verse movie, I thought his character was hilarious. Congratulations, and we hope you get good use out of him in DD6. Next, we want to give a special congratulations to Soar Cherryvine, who reached level 70, and then immediately raised their Photon to level 70. You're going to get some epic blasts out of Photon. Good job and keep it up. Next, Red Lunar shows off his 7 red Apocalypse. Ooh, do not want to run into you in the arena, dude. Good job. Next, we have Xandar, who shows So It Begins. Dark Dimension 6, baby. Finally, Hades the Hated pulls 80 shards of Ghost Rider Robbie. Not once, but twice. On our last Strike Time episode, we left you with the question, what character, when they were announced, made you the most excited? We appreciate all the responses. Let's take a look at a few of them. First, we have James Walker, who said, Apocalypse was the character that excited me the most when announced in Strike Force because I actually asked for him personally. Jeremy Edwards said, Hulkbuster. And for our last segment, let's go look at some of the amazing art you left in the art channel. We have Lovely Doll Paris, who gives us a mural and entitles it My Favorite Marvels. Finally, we have Fuzzle, who showed off this amazing Scream artwork. Awesome job. Well, Commanders, thank you for paying attention during this segment of Community Spotlight. The question we're going to leave you with today is, what character are you looking most forward to seeing in the game one day? Please go to the official Marvel Strike Force Discord. Go to the Epic Replays. Give us your awesome videos. Go to the Brag channel. Show us your best screenshots. Go to the Art channel. Draw up some amazing work and show it off to us. And just maybe you'll be in the next Community Spotlight.
Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to share this with your fellow players. They need to see this info. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. Also the bell too. Why not? We'll see you on the next episode of Strike Time. Man, some of the ads in these old comics are amazing. Hey, do you guys think I can still get 3 glow-in-the-dark posters for $3?